Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Major number 3 coming to you live from ABC North, the Harrisburg area. I am back taking a 1-week hiatus while my good friend Skip Moyer, who has joined me in the broadcast booth, took over at the Danny Wiseman tournament last week. Skip, good to be back.
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? We are here.
Sure.
After a very, very, very successful Danny Wiseman Youth Scholarship Tournament, it is, like you said, back to the PJBT schedule.
Yes.
Another special thank you to the 342 entries we had last weekend. Just an awesome weekend, almost $34,000 in scholarship money awarded last week. So
I even think I got some scholarship money.
everybody should have got scholarship money last week. It was just such an incredible event. And also the crab pizza that we had, that was really good too.
All right, looks like we are just about ready to announce our 6 finalists in each division. Are you ready, Matthew? Off to you. And your number 6 seed, Ryan Miscavige. Your number 5 seed, Zachary Trimmer. Matthew Ward, your number 4 seed. Matthew Forey, your number 3 seed. Riley Selmer, your number 2 seed. And your number 1 seed, Colby Bennett. Diego Moronis, your number 6 seed in handicap. Jeremiah Mann, did I hear that?
Mann. Yep, M-A-N-N.
Mason Matrasso, your number 4 seed. Andy Hoffman, your number 3 seed. Abigail Sarmiento, your number 2 seed from Rochester. Did I hear that right?
I believe that's what she said. I don't remember.
Riley Smith, your number 1 seed. All right, so the way we are doing the finals today, we are going to have 2 shootout matches and then 1 stepladder. So shootout match number 1 will have the 4, 5, and 6 seeds. The winner of that shootout will go against the 2nd and 3rd seed, and the bowler who prevails will take on the top seed for the title. For those of you that following our bank of patterns, we used pattern number 3 today, so you could check that off the list. Pattern 3 is 39 feet. I never saw a lane graph. Did we have a lane graph for that?
Do not believe.
We probably should have printed out a lane grab.
Probably.
That would have been nice.
Just adds to the mystique.
Yes. All right, so let's run down some scores here. Your top qualifier today in the scratch division was Colby Bennett. He was first after qualifying at plus 90. He went 1-1-1 in match play. Keep a hold on first at plus 152. Riley Selmer, he was your fourth qualifier after qualifying, and he went 3-0 in match play to get up to plus 131. Matthew Forey was ninth after qualifying. He went 3-0 to get to plus 33. Matt Ward was sixth after qualifying. He went 2-1 to get to plus 30. Zachary Trimmer, your number 5 seed, he was seventh after qualifying at minus 54. He went 2-1 to get to plus 21. He had a 245 his last game to jump into the number. And Ryan Miscavige was second after qualifying at plus 31. He went 1-1-1 to still make the finals at plus 8. On the handicap side, your leader was Riley Smith. He was 10th after qualifying at minus 116. He shot games with his handicap of 229, 200, 217, went 3-0 to make it plus 20, made the jump all the way from 10th to 1st. Abigail Sarmiento was fourth after qualifying at minus 53. With her handicap, she shot games of 249, 162, 198 to go 2-1 to get up to plus 16. She had a nice 231 scratch game, 249 with her handicap. Andy Hoffman was your second seed. He was minus 49 after qualifying. He threw games with his handicap of 211, 225, 166. He went 2-1, make it to plus 13. Mason Matrazo, your number 4 seed, he qualified first at minus 1. He shot games of 172, 189, 195, going 1 and 2. Minus 15, good enough for fourth. Jeremiah Mann was third after qualifying at minus 51. He shot games of 159, 225, 194, which gave him a 1 and 2 match play record to make it to minus 43. And Diego Barones was seventh after qualifying at minus 103. He had games of 178, 183, 191. He went 3-0 to make it to minus 61 and pull in the last spot. So due to where the score monitors are, I was able to get scoreboards today. Is that you?
Oh. I didn't think you could pick that up on the phone.
I picked that up. And that wasn't Joey Styles going, oh my God.
No.
So in the first handicap match, hey, the 49ers extend their lead.
It's not hard.
They're not going to cover, though. Diego will be getting 32 pins, Jeremiah will be getting 26, and Mason will be getting 57. And Saquon Barkley with the touchdown. Helps the old fantasy football.
going to be interesting to see how this finals work out because we had quite a few bowlers get off to a slow start on the fresh. 170 and like 160, 170 were some of the favorite numbers. Over on the handicap side, Mason will be getting 57 pins, Diego 32, and Jeremiah 26. All three are bowling against each other.
And as always, for our majors, we are bowling on the gold pins for the finals. And we are bowling back on the fresh. So yes, as Skip was saying, it will be interesting to see how scores are being back on the fresh. As usual with our major, scores go up as the day goes on, which is just natural. Once the lanes open up some, scores usually go up. As always, our message board is operational, should you wish to chime in. Let me know what's going on your Sunday, where you're watching from. For those of you that may be looking ahead, next week is our annual PJBT JBT combined event, 8-game marathon at Jordan Lanes in Whitehall, just outside of Allentown. For those of you that may be coming from the west, I would advise you to leave a little early. A lot of road construction on Route 78 after Hamburg.
Yeah, that's a mess right now going down the highway.
Yes.
Give yourself some extra time.
On the mat. All right, off we go. The scratch side, Matthew Ward will be starting. Zach Trimmer is on the right. On the handicap side, Mason Matrazo is on the left. Jeremiah Mann is on the right. Jeremiah goes first on 22. He crosses over, leaves a 5-pin. Matthew Ward with a strike. And we are off and running. Zach Trimmer with a strike. Mason with a 9 count. Leaves just a 3-pin. Jeremiah makes his 5-pin. Ryan Miscavige bowling on 19. He comes in high, leaves a 6-10. Mason makes his spare. Ryan makes his spare. Now we're going to get our first look at Diego Barones. He'll be on 21. Matthew Ward comes in high, pays the price for 7-10. Diego came in light, left a 1-2-4. Ward picks up his spare. Zach Trimmer shooting at a 6-pin. Mason struck in the second on the handicap side. Diego made his spare. So all bowlers started with a mark in the first. Diego with the strike in the second. Miscavige on the scratch side, strike in the second. Jeremiah does not make his spare. His first open on the handicap side. Mason leaves it a little off to the right. He'll be looking to pick up all 10. Good shot there for Jeremiah. Matthew Ward came in high again. He'll be shooting at a 6-10 spare. And he makes it. Mason gets 8. Trimmer, good 3-6-10 conversion. Miscavige with a double on the scratch side. He has a 13-pin lead over Matthew Ward and a 22-pin lead. Sorry, he's got a 13-pin lead over Zach Trimmer and a 22-pin lead over Matthew Ward. Diego does not make his spare. Currently, Jeremiah and Mason are tied after 3 frames there. Jeremiah now up in the 4th. He comes in a little high, leaves a 6-10. Scratch side Trimmer shooting at a 9-pin, which he makes. Cabbage looking for 3 in a row. Good shot there by Diego, crossing over, leaving just the 10-pin. And Ryan catches a break.
It's going to take some. It's going to take a couple breaks today, especially on this fresh after everybody struggled.
Yes. Diego makes his 10-pin. Mason crosses over, leaves just a 6-pin. Trimmer up, lane 20, working off of a spare. Solid 8. Matt Ward picked up his spare. Jeremiah with a nice strike in the 5th. Mason with a spare in the 5th. Trimmer picks up his 8-pin. Now Miscavige looking for 4 in a row after opening up with a spare in the 1st to extend his lead. And he gets it. He now has a 35-pin lead over Trimmer and a 44-pin lead over Ward. Trimmer leaves a 9-pin. After Diego shoots his spare, we'll update scores there on the handicap side. Jeremiah is going to have the lead by 23 over Diego and 25 over Mason. Like Ryan had a little approach issue. He does not make his spare.
Ryan still with roughly about a 20-pin lead, so the open hurt, but it didn't hurt as much as it could have. 1-2-4 there for Zach Trimmer. Diego Baroni is up now. Jeremiah currently with the about a 15-pin lead or so. Not too much. Ryan up now, looking to get back on track again after the open. Gets another break. Takes out the 9-pin. Going to Jersey.
He presently has a 25-pin lead on Trimmer and a 29-pin lead on Ward. Trimmer's throwing a good game. He is clean through 8. He's just not getting the breaks that Ryan's getting. Zach went back-to-back stuff 8, stuff 9 a few frames ago. Jeremiah makes his spare, so as long as he keeps marking, his opponents keep opening, he's going to keep stretching his lead out. Diego with his spare in the 8th. He's still down by 28. Ryan with another strike in the 8th.
Another break for Ryan.
Yes.
That's something he's going to have to clean up for the next game, because that's only going to get him so far.
Yes.
It's working out right now, but might have a little bit of a tougher time, because
Yeah, so he's going to advance, and Jeremiah is going to advance. Unless if... Well, I shouldn't quite say that. He's going to need a few pins here. And that's a few. So he will advance. Mason with a 110, 167 with his handicap. Diego strikes out. He shoots 199 scratch, 225 with his handicap.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, sorry.
Maybe Diego, well, no, maybe Diego will get a strike here in the last ball.
Maybe.
Or he could get 3.
And there went that idea.
Yeah.
I tried. He shoots 127 scratch, 159 with his handicap. So Diego will finish 6th. Mason will finish 5th. On the scratch side, Trimmer struck out to get to 186. Ward went 9 spare 9 for 181, so Zach will finish 5th. Matt Ward will finish 6th. That's a better shot there by Ryan. Well, those were better shots in the 10th for Ryan. He had a good, impressive 10-strike, 255 game. Pretty good for the fresh. Skip is in the booth here making some. He keeps looking at something and not liking what he's seeing.
Why do I play fantasy football? So I needed a wide receiver today, and I was going to pick up Marvin Jones.
Yes.
So I decided not to, and his 4 touchdowns and 93 yards are now currently sitting on the waiver wire. So.
That's a big oops.
Well, he'll probably catch the 2-point conversion here, too.
On the mat. Matthew Ward, 6th place today. Zach Trimmer, 5th place finish today. Diego Brenes. Hope I said that right. 6th place. Mason Matrasso, 5th place. All right, as everybody warms up for their next match. Go over the upcoming schedule. All right, upcoming schedule. As mentioned earlier, next week is the combined PJBT JBT 8-game marathon at Jordan Lanes in Whitehall, Pennsylvania. Always one of our better tournaments of the year. One of my favorites, the 8-game marathon. That is next Sunday, the 27th. Start time, is that the one that moved up? There's a tournament somewhere where we moved up the start time. I can't hear you.
That is the New Year's Eve tournament.
Okay, thank you. So that is a regular 10:30 start time.
Yeah, the New Year's Eve tournament this year will now start at 10 a.m. instead of 10:30.
Actually, no, it is a 10 o'clock start time next week.
Okay.
It was always on the schedule at 10 a.m. So yes. Yes, and I thought Matt said that today. So yes, 10 o'clock start time next Sunday.
I'm glad you told me that.
Yes.
I would have been there at 10:30.
The following weekend, we have 2 tournaments. We have our 3rd girls-only tournament, Saturday, November 2nd, Canes Lanes in Mannheim. Nice little bowling center. Saturday, November 2nd, 2:30 start time. And then Sunday, November the 3rd, we have our first time ever, the Super Adult Junior Tournament right back at Jordan Lanes. What's the Super Adult Junior Tournament, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. That is a 4-person per team event. 2 adults, 2 junior bowlers. 800 will be the combined average to determine whether you are scratch or handicap. We expect a pretty good turnout for that, so definitely with that tournament and in any tournament, you could always prepay online. Just go to our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Just don't go on this moment because it appears that the website is down. The following week, Sunday, November 10th, our next 21 and under doubles tournament. That's at 222 Dutch, Sunday, November 2nd, 10:30 start time. And then major number 4 for the PJBT season, the annual Bowling Center Championship. This year it will be at Limerick. What's the Bowling Center Championship? If you've never bowled in it before, it's a very fun tournament. That's where it's a full team of 5, and all of the bowlers must be bowling in a league at the same bowling center. So, get your teams together for that. We usually have several teams entered for that. We'll probably have room for 40 teams that day. Maybe they'll give us the whole house at 48. Not so sure yet. If you bowl in a bowling center that's far away, you know, if you're coming from somewhere in New Jersey or New York or Virginia, we will usually allow you to mix teams from other bowling centers, since it's so hard to get 5 people from the same bowling center to travel that distance. And the caveat to that is the winning teams get $500 donated to their junior league to use any way they want. Hey, that pizza looks pretty good. So that is our upcoming schedule. As always, you could download the schedule off of our website, www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Also, if you are not yet following our Facebook page, just search PJBT Youth Information Page and give us a follow. That is where we post all of our updates to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. If this is your first time watching us on YouTube and you like what you see, just hit that follow button in the upper right-hand corner. Click on your notifications. If you have your notifications turned on, you will be notified every time we go live here on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. All right, looks like we're just about ready to start. She's walking by with that pizza again still. You keep putting yourself on mute.
All right, I'm back. She keeps forgetting to drop it off with us.
Yes, I don't know what's going on with that. Go ahead, Matt. All right, off we go for match number 2. Looks like we will have Riley Selmer starting out on 19, Matthew Forey starting out on lane 20, Abigail Sarmiento, lane 21, Andy Hoffman, lane 22. Riley starts out coming in a little high. He leaves the 410. And Riley makes his spare. Good way to start. Let's see if Matt Forey can make his. His is quite a bit easier. Abigail made her spare. Andy does not make his. Matt does. All right. Jeremiah throwing his first frame on 21. He leaves a 9-pin. He goes Jersey. And Ryan picks up right where he left off. Abigail crosses over in her second frame. She leaves the 6-pin. Andy comes in high. He leaves a split. Matthew Forey with a strike. Riley threw a fantastic shot. Did not catch a break. Leaves a 10-pin, which he converts. Andy picks up the 2. Jeremiah crosses over, misses the head pin completely, leaves the 1, 3, 6, 8, 10. That's a difficult spare. Miscavige with an opening double to take an early 10-pin lead. Jeremiah got 3 on his spare. Abigail crossing over again, leaves the 5-pin. Forey did not like that shot, but he caught a break. He got the break that Andy Hoffman did not get.
One, 2, 8 for Jeremiah Mann. Ryan Miscavige with the 210. A little bit of a difficult spare there for him. Matt Forey with a spare double to start off his game. Riley Selmer has yet to strike, looking for his first strike over here on lane 20. Here's Ryan's spare attempt. He'll get 1. Over on the handicap side, Abby with the 10-pin, and Andy Hoffman up now for his first shot of the 4th frame. Comes up high, leaves the 2-pin. Abby converts her spare, gets the 10.
I can tell you, having a little issue. We got the handicaps in, but they're not updating. They won't update till the end. I can tell you that Abigail is getting 18 pins, Jeremiah with the 26, and Andy Hoffman at 39.
Another strike for Matt Forey.
That gives him the lead. All right. So after 5 frames on the handicap side, with handicap, Abigail has 84 with a spare. Andy has 102 on an open, so Abigail has him by 2. Jeremiah, if he makes this, he will have 63, have 89. So, close match all the way around. He will not make his spare. Good shot there by Abigail. Over here on the scratch side, we have Matt Forey looking for 4 in a row, which he gets. He extends his lead.
Now she has no pizza.
Yeah, that's not good. That's very disappointing.
She just doesn't appreciate us.
No.
Andy misses his 1-2. Jeremiah up now for his 5-8. He converts. Abby leaves a 7-pin.
Riley up now in the 6th. He's looking for a 3-bagger to cut Matthew's lead down to 14.
And just does not get the friction.
Yes.
Leaves the 3-7. Abigail misses her spare. Matt Forey looking for the 5-bagger. He does not hit his mark.
That just looked, the whole approach looked off. So Abigail with 132, Andy with 116. And we'll see what Jeremiah does here. $115. So right now, Abigail with a, let's say, 15-pin lead on both of the men. And she makes her spare. Seven-pin for Andy. He's just hasn't been able to stay off the head. In the meantime, Matt Forey missed his spare, so that opened it back up. He still has a 22-pin lead on Riley and 20-pin lead on Ryan. That's a better shot there by Andy. Abigail. So she can go out for 181, scratch 199 with her handicap. Andy can go off for 157, scratch 196 with his handicap. Jeremiah, if he makes this and strikes out, he could go out for 184. So it's still anybody's match. But with a double and a good count, Abigail would shut him out. And she does not get a double. She gets a 3 count. That really changes the complexion. Who did you not pick up on the waiver wire?
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
Yeah.
Their game is over, but I think he just scored again.
He probably caught the pass from the fans walking out too. Probably got points for that.
And Abigail does not mark, so she finishes out with 171. Boy, did that just change the whole complexion of this match. And Andy cannot take advantage of it. He ends up at 164. 134. 148. So Jeremiah is going to definitely need a mark. He leaves the 135. 132. So if he were to get 2, yes. So he'd go 145. Actually, yes, spare strike is a tie. That is correct. And he misses. All right, well, all 3 bowlers open in the 10th, and that means Abigail moves on. 171, Andy 164, Jeremiah 158. Turn our attention back over to the scratch match, and 4-y open in the 8th. So Riley doubles, and that, for the moment, ties that match. So Ryan is actually up by a pin at the moment. If all bowlers were to strike out, Ryan would beat both Forey and Riley by a pin. Forey just split, though, in the 9th. And Ryan with an all-important double, so he will go into the 10th, leading Riley by 1 pin. Forey makes his spare. He's the one that's going to need the help. He could strike out for 212. Riley could strike out for 222. Miscavige could strike out for 223. So this match as well is going to come down to the 10th frame. Let's see who wants it more. Riley pitches it left, not a good shot. He leaves the 136, spare strike, he shoots 199.
Huge break there.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes. If he could find a way to strike out, he would force Ryan to double. If Ryan were to go strike 9 spare, we would have a tie. It's interesting color hair.
I'm gonna try that sometime.
I think that would look good on you.
I could use some red hair with blonde highlights.
Absolutely. And all right, so Forey will not be striking out. He will need, let's see, if Riley strikes, he will have 199. Forey will need to make just one of these to jump him. All right, so Riley is now officially done at 196. This is a pretty big spare here for Matt. We will tell you why in a moment. And he makes it, so he's got 202. So if Ryan goes 9 spare strike, we have a tie. Strike to win. 9 spare strike for a tie. If he throws anything other than a 9 here, or a strike, he loses. And he gets the 9. That looked disastrous for a moment.
That was 6, then it was 7, then it was 8, then it became 9.
Yes. All right, so he's going to make this. He's going just basically what the handicap match was. Needs to make this and strike. All right, he's got the first part done.
Needs them all.
Oh, gets 9. And Matthew Forey will be moving on with a 202-201 victory over Ryan Miscavige and Riley Selmer with his 196. Very good match there, Skip, on both sides.
Absolutely.
Yes.
6-pin match all around.
Yes. All right, down to Matt for some awards. Riley Selmer, your 4th place finisher today. Ryan Miscavige, 3rd place finisher today. Jeremiah Mann. 4th place finish in the handicap division. Andy Hoffman, 3rd place. All right, so we will get ready for our title match. I do know one thing, Skip. When this is over, I'm going to go outside to warm up. It's chilly in here. All right, so let's talk about the Fatstacular. For those of you that haven't heard this for the 116th time, I am having a tournament Saturday, December the 21st at East Lincoln Lanes. Start time 1 o'clock. It is called the Fatstacular. It is a scratch tournament open to anybody born on or after August the 1st of 1998. $80 is the entry fee if you pay me on or before November the 1st. $90 is the entry fee if you pay me after November the 1st. First place, guaranteed $1,500 scholarship.
How we doing on entries?
And we're about a third of the way full.
Good.
A full field is only 64, so you don't want to wait till the last minute and get shut out of this sure to be fantastic event.
For $1,500, I might even have to go back in my youth.
Yes, yes. And it's a wood bowling center, so you would do pretty well.
Yes, I would.
Yes. I could tell you this, the pattern will not be easy. It is less than a 2-to-1 ratio. It is a pattern that has never been used before. It's been created by me. I would like to thank the people that are helping sponsor the tournament. Brian Krantz at EFX, Rotogrip Rick, Rotogrip, Ryan Wyatt at Motive, and Matthew Himmelreich with the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. I'm also selling raffle tickets for the event, and I want you to listen carefully. Raffle tickets are $5 a piece. You can buy 5 for $20. Giving away 15 prizes that day, 8 bowling balls, 2 triple ball roller bags, and 5 $100 gift certificates to various pro shops around the area. But here's the thing. If you want to bowl in this tournament, you could get a discounted entry fee by selling some raffle tickets. If you want to sell them, they come in packs of 25. For every raffle ticket you sell, I will give you 50 cents off your entry fee. So if you sell 160 raffle tickets, your entry is free for the Fatstacular. Also, for the girls, and I do have some girls that have entered. For the girls, the top 2 girls that day will get free entry into the following day's PJBT All-Girls Tournament, also being held at East Lincoln Lanes. And one other thing, for everybody who wears EFX apparel that day that has my logo on it, so it doesn't matter if it's on your pants or on your shirt, you will be entered into a free tournament within a tournament. That is a special tournament within a tournament only for people who have the PA Fats logo on their EFX apparel. Now, if you do not have the PA Fats logo on your EFX apparel, number 1, why don't you? Number 2, you can order it whenever you want. Just contact Brian Krantz, order something, and just ask for my logo to be put on it. Let him know where you want it. Let him know what style you want. Let him know what color you want. And it goes on your apparel for free. So, if you want to be entered into a tournament within a tournament, order a shirt, order some pants, get my logo on it. If you would like to practice on the pattern. It will be out Friday night. For $15, you could come practice any 2-hour period from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It is at East Lincoln Lanes, which is halfway between Lancaster and York. You can contact me on Facebook. Just look me up. My name is Jason Althouse, Althouse. Find me on Facebook. When you pull up my name, you will see my PA Fats logo. Or you can go to the Fatstacular event page. That's PHATTSTACULAR. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. We hope to see you on December the 21st. Also, sometime in the future, we will be running the Fatstacular Handicap Tournament. So keep that in mind, all you bowlers that like to bowl in the handicap division. And maybe one day I'll even run a tournament for bald people.
I hope I'm the only one that shows up.
Well, you'd be guaranteed to win then,
Yes.
assuming you could hit a pin.
Some days it's tough.
Hey, by the way, congratulations. I heard you shot 300 recently.
I did it, the old fire company.
That's tough to do.
Yes, it is.
Because I think they probably the last time they oiled lanes might have been 1986.
87.
87. I was
July.
close. Oh, they even oiled in the summertime. Whoa. They must have just resurfaced the lanes.
Left them soak for a while.
Yeah. And your ball of choice was?
The motive tag.
The Motive Tag. It's an oldie but goodie. Matt, move over. Thank you. All right, so Riley is getting 22 pins. He has chosen Abigail to start, and Colby has chosen Matthew Forey to start. And Matt starts with a strike, and so does Abigail. First look at Colby. Good shot.
Colby, on the other hand, did love the fresh.
Yes, he had the lead all day.
Yes, he did. He started off, I believe, 220, 220, 220-ish, somewhere in that ballpark going the fresh, so he had no issues.
Riley missed the head pin right in the first frame. He left a 1-2-4-8. We'll see if he can pick up his spare. And he does.
Colby comes up high, leaves the 3-6. And Riley leaves the 5-pin.
Yes, Ron, we are in the finals. What was that?
I don't really know.
Okay. All right, Riley with his second spare. He remains clean. Matthew Forey now up, his second frame. He could take a 10-pin lead with a strike here. Abigail could cut into Riley's handicap lead with a strike. Neither of them strike. Abigail misses her spare. Matt makes his spare. They are tied after 2. Abigail trips the 4.
Interesting scoring up there. Matt got 23.
Huh.
Riley misses his 5-pin.
So are you telling me bowling has gone Common Core?
Yes, you can just assume what you had.
Yes.
Ooh.
Early miss for Matt. We'll see if that comes back to hurt him a little later on. Colby crosses over, leaves the 5-pin. Riley does not make anything there. So he's got 54 in the 4th. With his 22 pins, he has 76.
And he misses a 5-pin.
Huh.
Don't miss the one in the middle.
May the 3rd, 1993.
What's that?
May the 3rd, 1993 was the last time I missed one. Yes, I know the date. I shot 800 that day
With a missed 5-pin.
with a missed 5-pin. Colby comes back with a strike. He's got a 1-pin lead. Hello, Nicole. I heard she was running today.
Nicole Kreischer. I've heard that name before.
Yes. I heard she ran 12 miles to get away from Matt. 13.1 to get away from Matt.
That's a long time to run away from Matt. The problem is that, she could have got away from him after like a quarter mile. But
Yes.
I don't know. I don't envision him running after her though. Did you run after her?
I did not.
He did not.
He did
so
not.
she wanted to pad the distance.
Found her at mile marker 2.5. That's it.
And my child chimes in. He says he's thirsty. Thank you, Colby.
There's a Coke in the fridge, so go get it.
Actually, there's not.
Okay, there's no Coke in the fridge, so go get your own.
There's some flavored water around somewhere.
Kid's got a job. He can buy his own Coke.
Wait a minute.
Oh, cola.
Ah, there we go.
Took me a minute.
All All right, while we were discussing other things, Abigail went spare strike, and Riley missed a single pin and just threw that one back from where they don't hook. Matt Forey struck in the fourth. He is now going to be shooting at a 2.45 in the fifth.
Nicely done there on the spare. What was the handicap again for handicap? Riley was
22.
okay. So 92 for Riley through 6, 76 for Abigail through 5. Much better shot there on the right side for Colby. That'll be a double for him.
He takes an 11-pin lead. And the Saints are up over the Bears 2-0. Abigail looking for a triple. She does not get it, but Colby gets his triple.
Yeah, we know. We already took care of that. Jason, no one named Nicole Kreischer should be allowed on YouTube.
I could ban her from our page, but we wouldn't do that.
No, absolutely not.
No, we'll ban Matt.
That's true.
Yeah,
we could.
We won't ban Nicole. Riley's making this pretty easy for Abigail.
I was just going to say he's in a lot of trouble.
No. But still time to turn it around. He still could strike out for 169, so 191 with his handicap.
Throws,
and then that happened.
throws the old fireball out there.
Yes. Matt Forey spared in the sixth. Good shot there in the seventh.
Colby Bennett is checking out.
Yes, he is.
Thanks, guys, for having me. I think I'm just going to head out.
Well. Let's hope you didn't just Eddie Mush him. Speaking of,
Yeah, it's a 9-pin.
right after I was getting ready to leave work on Friday, I was asked to do some work over the weekend by the CFO of the company that I work for. And I said, well, I could probably do it Saturday night while I'm watching, Penn State rough up Michigan. And the CFO, he's a graduate of Wisconsin. And he told me, yeah, well, he goes, my team doesn't really have a game this week. They're big games next week.
Ask him Monday morning how that all worked out for him.
Yes. So my buddy Seth, if you're watching today, nice job, Eddie Mushing your team.
for the number 13 now Wisconsin Badgers. Although I do hope they beat Ohio State this weekend.
I do too. And I'll be rooting for Michigan this weekend.
That was left off the hand.
Yeah, so with a spare here, he will trail by 33.
Colby will have the opportunity to get up in the 9th and 10th and shut the door.
And if Riley were to make this and strike out with his handicap, Abigail would need a pin. And that takes care of that.
That's going to end the match.
Yes. So Abigail Sarmiento.
And that's going to just about end the scratch match also. I can hear the whole football game through my headset. I don't know if you can also.
I cannot.
I can hear the whole thing, which is weird because I'm not sitting next to it.
Yes, I'm the one that's closer to it. Actually, when it's quiet, I can hear it. I have
Much
Go ahead.
Much better shot there for Matt. That's all I was going to say as he strikes in his 9th frame.
Yes. I have red zone on to my left.
Good count here in the 9th and 10th. And just like that, he goes from 5 to 9. He left the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, and something came out and took out 4 pins. When it's your day, it's your day.
Yes, it is.
And today was Colby Bennett's day.
Yes. All right, so Riley winds up with 136 with his handicap. So Abigail will be taking home the title. Colby will need just a couple pins here on his first shot to shut out Matthew.
8 pins on 2 balls will be a winner. Even 8 pins on the first ball, doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter at all.
He needs 4. 4, 8, 12,
Whatever.
whatever.
Throw it down the middle.
There you go. That was more than 4.
I have a story for you then about throwing it down the middle. That I'll share with you off the air.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Colby shoots 223. So his little snafu in the third did not come back and hurt him.
The proper thing to do when you miss a 5-pin is throw a 4-bagger.
All right, so Colby Bennett with a 223-173 victory over Matthew Forey. Abigail Sarmiento with a 1 167-136 victory over Riley. What's Riley's last name?
Smith.
Smith. That was easy.
Yes.
All right, so we'll give out some awards, then I will set up for final interviews. Matthew Forey, runner-up today in the scratch division. Riley Smith, runner-up, finished today in the handicap division. Colby Bennett, your champion today. Abigail Sarmiento, your champion in the handicap division.
All right, thank you, everyone. We're going to get a picture with our winners. We'll send them back for final interviews, and then we hope to see everybody next Sunday. Next Sunday is our 8-game marathon event, bonus payout event. We'll be teaming up with the Junior Bowlers Tour from the JBT at Jordan Lanes in Whitehall, PA. So don't forget to tune in next Sunday or come out and join us to bowl for the 8-game marathon next Sunday. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Okay. Wrap it up. It's the center. Yes. Usually we do it over there. Okay. Colby and Abigail. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we usually do it right here. Over here. Face this way. Colby over here next to me. Hold on, I need one more camera. Okay.
All right, we are here with our handicap division champion, Abigail Sarmiento. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
I usually destroy names. I don't usually pronounce them very good. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
So, this is your first tournament victory.
Yep.
You came from New York, right?
Yep.
Rochester.
Yeah.
That's a long ride from here. What made you guys decide to come down here today?
We did the PJBT girls only
Girls tournament?
yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you wanted to make a weekend out of it.
Yes.
Cool. Why is she over there? She should be like right around here.
She does her own thing.
Oh, she does her own thing. Okay. So, how did you do yesterday, by the way?
Came in third in the
Came in third?
handicap.
Well, that's a pretty good weekend.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the pattern that's out here today. It was a lot more difficult today than it was
Yes.
yesterday,
Yes.
as it was in the major. Tell me how you attacked PJBT pattern number 3.
Well, I started up 10
Okay.
and kind of chased it left as it went.
Okay. And you kept moving left.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came into the finals in the second of the elimination matches. How different would you say the lanes were between when you bowled earlier in the day to where we re-oiled them and then you bowled again? Did you find a larger difference, or were they pretty much the same like they were earlier in the block this morning?
There was definitely a difference,
Okay.
and also with the gold pins, it made it way more difficult.
This is the first time bowling on the gold pins?
Yes.
Yes, yes. The gold pins carry a little bit differently. They're a
Yes,
touch.
it does.
They're a touch heavier.
Yep.
Okay. So what equipment were you throwing? I see Mom's carrying them right now.
The 3 balls I used were the Web Tour, the Conspiracy, and then the Prowler.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. Did they have high school bowling up in Rochester for a school?
Yeah, but
Do
I
they?
don't bowl.
You don't bowl for your school?
No.
Really? How interesting. Why not?
That's a really long story.
Okay. All right. We won't have time to get it out. They might get to Rochester quicker than to her tell the story here.
Yeah.
So we will. All right. So you're looking at going to college though for college bowling.
Yes.
What colleges are you looking at?
I committed to Lord's University.
That's a very good school. I've never been there myself, but I've heard of it. What are you going to be majoring in?
Nursing.
That's a very honorable field. All right. So, who would you like to thank today for your great weekend of a 3rd place finish at J and a 1st place finish here at ABC North?
The Lord's coaches, Coach Tori and Coach Dan.
Okay.
My mom, because she drove me here.
Yes.
Probably my dad for my support.
Okay. I'm sure we're going to be seeing you again.
Yes.
And now with your victory, you have qualified for championship weekend
Oh,
in June.
okay.
We'll get you some information on that. That is at Limerick Bowling Center, about a little more than an hour away from here. It's more towards the Reading, Pottstown area. Yes, so you are automatically qualified to bowl in the final tournament on Championship Sunday. So you could come down, make a wonderful weekend of it. We have the pros come in and do a skins match Friday night, and then we do 2 different tournaments on a Saturday. We do a no-tap tournament with the pros, and then we do 2 squads of adult juniors. And then if you qualify in the adult juniors, you come back and bowl against Parker at night for some money.
Oh,
Scholarship money, of course.
yeah.
All right. This is Abigail Sorrento. She won her first PJBT title today. Congratulations. We will let you
you.
go because you got school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a long ride to Rochester from here.
Yeah.
Good luck. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
I will take my headset back now.
Okay.
All right. Now we will have Colby come in. Scratch champion today, Colby Bennett. We've certainly done this before.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Wire-to-wire victory.
Yep.
So I was doing some things earlier in the day, so I couldn't get out here to watch like I normally do. Tell me how PJBT pattern number 3, the 39-foot, how did it set up today?
So obviously I thought it was a little easier because I just had to look, but most 39 feet, most of the time you think the gutter is going to be in play, but the gutter really wasn't in play.
Okay.
I started on 20 and threw it to about 10 and just let it come back. I moved like 4 or 5 boards all day. So if you're in the middle of the lane, you're bowling pretty good.
Okay. All right. How different was the lanes from bowling during the qualifying to when you got on here for the finals?
The fresh started out a little tighter to start, but when I got on here, they looked like they were hooking a little more. I was 3 left of where I started,
Okay.
so
Well, you certainly had no trouble in the finals either.
other than a 5-pin.
Other than the 5-pin in the third frame, yes, yes.
Yep.
We all miss them.
The second one today, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, so you're going to be shooting some 5-pin practice this week, is that?
100%. 100%.
So you're a senior as well, and you've committed.
Yep.
Where
I
are
have.
you going to be going next year?
I'm attending Kentucky Wesleyan College,
That's a very good school. Taking up
business administration.
business administration. That sounds pretty familiar. So, in a couple weeks, let's see, we're in the 3rd week of October. In about a month or so, it's going to become your time of the year.
Yep.
Your senior year of high school bowling.
Yep.
This is the 2-time defending PIAA champion. So he's going to go for a 3-peat this year, and he certainly has one heck of a shot at doing it.
Yep.
I know you're looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely, definitely. How's the high school team looking this year?
We actually don't know. We haven't. Well, we only lost 1 bowler, so we're gonna be pretty much the same.
Okay.
But we have our first open gym next week, so we'll really get a look at who's striking and who's
Okay.
making their spares.
All right. And they are also, his school is the reigning team champion
Yep.
from last year, Cedar Crest
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yep.
Yes. So
Yep.
what equipment did you use today?
I used a mix of a Phase 2, an IQ Tour, and a Halo.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Those things sound awfully familiar.
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
Yes. All right. What tournament title number is this for you?
This is, I think, 7.
7. Excellent. Excellent. Who we thanking?
Mom, Dad,
Mom?
continuous support, Pure
Yep.
Pro Shop, putting all the faith in me whatsoever. And I really got to thank Chris Selmer, Shannon Selmer, and Riley Selmer for staying and
Yep.
thanking me. And what? Oh, yeah. And my best friend, Becky, she didn't bowl great today, but she's like, I'm going to stay and
Yep.
support. So
Yes, she did, and she won yesterday.
she did.
She
yeah.
did. Yes. All right. You sound a little bit under the weather, or either
No,
that, or you were yelling a lot at some point. and
I haven't had my voice for like a week and a half.
that's okay.
I don't know why.
Well,
It happens.
growing pains, we'll say. Who knows? All right, ladies and gentlemen, your Scratch Division winner, taking home the major title in the $300 scholarship, Mr. Colby Bennett. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so that is going to wrap it up for the day. I want to give a special shout out. Hopefully, he's still watching, to my little buddy, Zach Malinowski. See, you thought I was going to forget, so hopefully you're still watching. We will see you guys next week for the combined PJBT JBT 8-game marathon at Jordan Lanes in Whitehall. Are you going to drive down from Rochester to bowl 8 games at Jordan Lanes next week, Abigail? You going to drive all the way from Rochester to bowl in the 8-game marathon next week? Yes? No? I said, are you going to drive down from Rochester to bowl in the 8-game marathon next week at Jordan?
No, because my birthday's the day before.
Your birthday's the day before. Okay, it's about, what, about 4.5, 5 hours to get to Rochester from here.
From here?
Actually, maybe even a little more.
No, not this year. Douglasville. That was 5.5 hours.
Yes.
Exactly. And it was an hour and 15 minutes from here, from there to here.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be like 6.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap this up. We will see you next Sunday from Jordan Lanes. Have a good one, guys. See ya.